Welcome to Bible Quiz Tube. Bible trivia fans, put your Bible knowledge to the test with today's challenging Bible questions on the Old Testament Bible Quiz. This quiz features 25 questions and you have 5 seconds to find the answer. For each correct score, you have 1 point. Get ready to dive deep and see how many questions you can answer correctly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a quiz. Share your scores in the comments below. Let the quiz begin. Question 1. Which Old Testament figure ate honey from a lion's carcass? A. Gideon. B. Joshua. C. David. D. Samson. Excellent. The answer is D. Samson. The explanation. Judges chapter 14 verse 8 records that Samson found honey in the lion's carcass that he had killed earlier. This discovery led to his famous riddle at his wedding feast, demonstrating how God can bring sweetness from strength and provision from unexpected places. Question 2. What was the name of the mountain where the Ark of Noah rested after the flood? A. Mount Ararat. B. Mount Sinai. C. Mount Carmel. D. Mount Zion. A. Mount Ararat is the accurate choice. The explanation. Genesis chapter 8 verse 4 states that the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. This location in modern-day Turkey became the landing place after God's judgment through the flood, marking a new beginning for humanity. Question 3. Who was struck dead for touching the Ark of the Covenant? A. Nadab. B. Uzzah. C. Ahio. D. Abihu. B. Uzzah is the correct answer. The explanation. 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 7 records that the anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzzah, and God struck him there for his irreverence, and there he died by the ark of God. This incident emphasizes the holiness of God and the importance of approaching him according to his prescribed ways. Question 4. What was the name of the Philistine temple where Samson died? Possible answers. A. Temple of Molech. B. Temple of Ashtoreth. C. Temple of Dagon. D. Temple of Baal. The valid option is C. Temple of Dagon. The explanation. Judges chapter 16 verses 23 to 30 describes how Samson was brought to the temple of Dagon, the Philistine god of grain and fertility. In his final act, Samson brought down the temple pillars, killing more Philistines in his death than during his life, demonstrating God's ultimate victory over false gods. Question 5. Which Old Testament king had a dream about a great tree that was cut down? A. Darius. B. Nebuchadnezzar. C. Belshazzar. D. Cyrus. The correct answer is B. Nebuchadnezzar. The explanation. Daniel 4 records Nebuchadnezzar's dream of a great tree that reached to heaven, but was cut down by divine command. Daniel interpreted this as a warning of the king's coming humiliation due to his pride, which was fulfilled when Nebuchadnezzar lived like a wild animal until he acknowledged God's sovereignty. Question 6. What was the name of the brook where David chose stones to fight Goliath? Think about these. A. Brook Elah. B. Brook Kidron. C. Brook Cherith. D. Brook Jabbok. You're on track. A. Brook Elah is correct. The explanation. 1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 40 states that David chose 5 smooth stones from the brook in the valley of Elah. This location became the site of one of Israel's greatest victories, where young David's faith in God overcame the giant's intimidation and demonstrated that the battle belongs to the Lord. Question 7. Which Old Testament prophet's bones revived a dead man? A. Elijah. B. Samuel. C. Elisha. D. Isaiah. The expected answer is C. Elisha. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 13 verse 21 records that when Israelites were burying a man and saw raiders, they threw the body into Elisha's tomb. When the body touched Elisha's bones, the man came to life and stood up on his feet. This miracle demonstrated that God's power continued through Elisha even after death. Question 8. What was the name of the brook where Elijah hid during the drought? A. Kidron. B. Besor. C. Jabbok. D. Cherith. Good job. D. Cherith is correct. The explanation. 1 Kings chapter 17 verse 3 records God's command to Elijah, "Get away from here and turn eastward, and hide by the brook Cherith, which flows into the Jordan." Here God provided for Elijah through ravens bringing food and the brook supplying water, showing his faithful care for his servants during difficult times. Question 9. Before Jacob renamed it Bethel, what was this dream spot called? A. Shechem. B. Mahanaim. C. Luz. D. Peniel. Option C. Luz is correct. The explanation. Genesis chapter 28 verse 19 states, "And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of that city was Luz at first." After Jacob's dream of the ladder to heaven, he renamed the place Bethel, meaning house of God, marking this as a place where heaven touched earth. You're doing great so far. If you're enjoying the quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more Bible quiz content. Share your score in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive back in. Question 10. Which son of King Saul was killed along with him at Mount Gilboa? Select 1. A. Ishbosheth. B. Merab. C. Michal. D. Jonathan. The correct option is D. Jonathan. The explanation. 1 Samuel chapter 31 verse 2 records, "And the Philistines overtook Saul and his sons, and the Philistines killed Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua, Saul's sons." Jonathan's death alongside his father marked the tragic end of Saul's dynasty and deeply grieved David, who had made a covenant of friendship with Jonathan. Question 11. Which mighty man of David killed a lion in a pit on a snowy day? A. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. B. Abishai. C. Joab. D. Asahel. You got it correct. A. Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. The explanation. 2 Samuel chapter 23 verse 20 and 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verse 22 record that Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, killed a lion in the midst of a pit on a day when snow had fallen. This feat demonstrated extraordinary courage and skill, making Benaiah one of David's most trusted warriors and eventually captain of Solomon's guard. Question 12. What sound did the Lord cause the Arameans to hear that made them flee? Give it a go. A. Trumpet blasts. B. The sound of chariots, horses, and a great army. C. The voice of the Lord. D. Thunder and lightning. Excellent. The answer is B. The sound of chariots, horses, and a great army. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 6 states, "For the Lord had caused the army of the Syrians to hear the noise of chariots, and the noise of horses, the noise of a great army." This divine intervention saved Samaria from the siege, as the Arameans fled in terror, leaving behind their supplies and ending the famine. Question 13. Who was the youngest king in the Bible when he began to reign? Only true Bible fans will get this. A. Manasseh. B. Josiah. C. Joash. D. Jehoiakim. C. Joash is the accurate choice. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 11 verse 21 and 2 Chronicles chapter 24 verse 1 state that Joash was 7 years old when he began to reign. At just 7 years old, Joash became the youngest king in biblical history after being hidden as a baby during Athaliah's murderous reign, then crowned in a dramatic temple coup led by the priest Jehoiada. Question 14. What was the name of the place where Moses struck the rock twice to bring forth water? A. Meribah. B. Kadesh. C. Massah. D. Rephidim. A. Meribah is the correct answer. The explanation. Numbers chapter 20 verse 13 states, "This was the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel contended with the Lord, and he was hallowed among them." The name Meribah means contention or striving, reflecting Israel's quarreling with God and Moses' disobedience in striking the rock twice, instead of speaking to it as commanded. Question 15. Who was the son of Gideon who killed his 70 brothers on one stone? A. Jether. B. Tola. C. Jotham. D. Abimelech. The valid option is D. Abimelech. The explanation. Judges chapter 9 verse 5 records that he went to his father's house at Ophrah and killed his brothers, the 70 sons of Jerubbaal, on one stone. Abimelech's fratricide demonstrates the tragic consequences of ambition and the cycle of violence that plagued Israel during the period of the Judges. Question 16. How many days did Daniel fast and pray before receiving his prophetic vision of the future? Choose from A. 40 days. B. 14 days. C. 21 days. D. 7 days. The correct answer is C. 21 days. The explanation. Daniel chapter 10 verses 2 to 3 states, "In those days I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks. I ate no pleasant food, no meat or wine came into my mouth, nor did I anoint myself at all till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled." This period of intense prayer and fasting preceded one of Daniel's most significant visions about future kingdoms and spiritual warfare. Question 17. In the Old Testament, which judge of Israel had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys? A. Elon. B. Jair. C. Abdon. D. Ibzan. You're on track. B. Jair is correct. The explanation. Judges chapter 10 verse 4 records that Jair had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys. They also had 30 towns, which are called Havoth Jair to this day. This description indicates Jair's prosperity and influence, as donkeys were valuable transportation, and his son's control of 30 towns showed his family's prominence in Israel. Question 18. Who laid siege to Samaria during the time of Elisha, leading to severe famine? Decide between A. Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, B. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, C. Sennacherib, king of Assyria, D. Hazael, king of Aram. The expected answer is A. Ben-Hadad, king of Aram. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 24 states, "Now it happened after this, that Ben-Hadad king of Syria gathered all his army and went up and besieged Samaria." This siege created such severe famine that people resorted to cannibalism, demonstrating the desperate conditions that led to God's miraculous intervention through Elisha's prophecy. You're doing great so far. If you're enjoying the quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more Bible quiz content. Share your score in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive back in. Question 19. Which people group did King Saul break treaty with, leading to consequences during David's reign? A. The Amorites, B. The Philistines, C. The Gibeonites, D. The Jebusites. Good job, C. The Gibeonites is correct. The explanation. 2 Samuel chapter 21 verse 2 explains that Saul had sought to kill them in his zeal for the children of Israel and Judah. The Gibeonites had a treaty with Israel from Joshua's time, but Saul broke it by attempting to exterminate them. This breach of covenant brought divine judgment during David's reign in the form of a 3-year famine. Question 20. What did the king of Israel vow to do to Elisha after hearing of the famine's horrors? Take a moment to think. A. Exile him, B. Stone him, C. Imprison him, D. Behead him. Option D. Behead him is correct. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 31 records the king's oath, "God do so to me and more also, if the head of Elisha the son of Shaphat remains on him today." In his desperation and anger over the siege conditions, the king blamed Elisha, showing how crisis can lead people to turn against God's messengers rather than seek his mercy. Question 21. Who was the father of David's wife Bathsheba? A. Ahithophel, B. Nathan, C. Eliam, D. Amiel. The correct option is C. Eliam. The explanation. 2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 3 identifies Bathsheba as the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite. Eliam was one of David's mighty men, 2 Samuel chapter 23 verse 34, making David's sin against his own loyal soldier's family even more grievous and showing how sin can destroy relationships within God's people. Question 22. What was the name of the Philistine giant's brother whom Elhanan killed? A. Lami, B. Goliath, C. Ishbi-Benob, D. Saph. You got it correct, A. Lami. The explanation. 1 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 5 states, Elhanan the son of Jair killed Lami, the brother of Goliath the Gittite, whose spear shaft was like a weaver's beam. This shows that Goliath was not the only giant among the Philistines, and God gave Israel victory over multiple champions through different warriors. Question 23. How many leprous men were sitting at the gate of Samaria during the siege? Only true Bible fans will get this. A. 2. B. 7. C. 10. D. 4. Excellent. The answer is D. 4. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 3 records, "Now there were 4 leprous men at the entrance of the gate. These outcasts became God's instruments of deliverance when they discovered the abandoned Aramean camp and brought news to the starving city, showing how God often uses the unlikely and marginalized to accomplish His purposes." You're doing great so far. If you're enjoying the quiz, hit the like button and subscribe for more Bible quiz content. Share your score in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive back in. Question 24. According to Esther, what was the name of Haman's father? A. Bigtana. B. Hamadatha. C. Teresh. D. Zeresh. B. Hamadatha is the accurate choice. The explanation. Esther chapter 3 verse 1 identifies Haman as Haman the son of Hamadatha the Agagite. This genealogy connects Haman to the Amalekites. Agag was an Amalekite king, making his conflict with the Jews a continuation of the ancient enmity between Amalek and Israel that began in the wilderness. Question 25. What did the king of Israel do when he heard the woman's story of cannibalism during the siege? A. He tore his clothes. B. He surrendered to the enemy. C. He fell on his face. D. He called for Elisha. A. He tore his clothes is the correct answer. The explanation. 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 30 states, "Now it happened when the king heard the words of the woman that he tore his clothes." This traditional sign of grief and distress revealed the king's horror at the desperate conditions in besieged Samaria, where the famine had driven people to unthinkable acts. Congratulations on completing all the questions. Thank you for joining us on today's quiz here on Bible QuizTube. Your engagement, every comment, like, and shared insight makes this community truly special. Together, we grow closer to God's Word with every question answered. Did today's questions challenge you? Share your score and thoughts in the comments. Your insight could inspire someone else and light the way for others. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for tough Bible quizzes, trivia, and encouragement that inspire and challenge. Have a question or topic you'd love us to explore? Drop it in the comments. Your curiosity shapes the content we create and helps us grow together. Remember, every question brings us one step closer to understanding His truth. Until next time, may His Word guide your steps and light your path. See you in the next challenging Bible quiz. Stay blessed.